Well, hello, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of April right through the end of May 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your career and money reading. The reading will be good for the next 6, maybe even 8 weeks in terms of energy. Let's see what's going to come out for you. We have moved into Taurus season, and that's all about opportunities to increase your finances. It's also a time to really look at your budget. So you may be a little bit more focused on your money situation during this time, just because that Taurus energy influences us all to really look at acquisitions, success, ambition, energy, drive, motivation, and really focus on our plans in order to make them become a reality. Okay, so we have the Hermit card for you first. That is your protagonist energy. So some of you, this is a card really of withdrawing to look at your plans. Some of you are feeling really exhausted with the Hermit energy, or a little bit fed up with a cycle of repeat in some way. You may be searching for inspiration at this time because you're feeling a little bit drained. And the Sun card is in the resistance position. So this can tell me that you are feeling a little bit, kind of time to reorganize, or time to regroup, or time to re-strategize something because you feel it's a little bit same right now. We also have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So a very spiritual approach to your career at the moment. Some of you are reestablishing a belief system, believing in yourself. Thoughts become things. I'm actually being shown immediately in the water a book. Okay, let me just tap into that one moment, please. I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing a reading, and they're showing me a book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Okay, that's a very famous book. Deepak Chopra is, the person who wrote that book, Deepak Chopra there. This is a book that's about aligning with success, of course, redefining your idea of success, maybe even being in the flow. I'm being given by my guides that one of the main energies is true success comes from aligning with thought energy. Okay, so that really is about thoughts becoming things. So I see you're in a very reflective energy right now, and you're trying to look at the way that you think about your career, or break down the path towards whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, and really believe in yourself, believe in things taking a turn for the better. Some of you may even be learning about positivity, or basically establishing your power in a situation. For some of you, it could literally be that you're purchasing that book, or you just purchased that book, or maybe you're going to see that book over the next coming weeks and months, and it's a sign for you that there is more money coming your way and better opportunities in your career. Now, that doesn't mean you're leaving a position just now. I feel right now you're in a very thoughtful phase. Sometimes when we get to the month of like April, May time, this can be a period where people, they accept things as they are in that moment, and they kind of like go with the flow until such time as they're ready to make some major changes. It can be that if you're lucky enough and in a career where they offer a bonus, it could be that you're waiting for that bonus to come through, or you're strategizing a plan to leave. But it's a very thoughtful phase that you're in right now. I mean, the Hermit can indicate some of you are actually also withdrawing from an industry, or you're taking stock of where you're at right now in order to plan the next steps. So I will know a little bit more when I touch the cards there. I mean, look at your cards. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. What's on your mind right now? Financial freedom, really trying to live an independent lifestyle so you can afford to travel, or you can, perhaps even relocate. Some of you, I can see that energy there. Some of you are actually investing in yourself at this time by taking a course of study. Could be learning about something or finding a mentor who can help you upskill, or even some of you are getting a qualification or certification in order to increase your opportunities for earning more money. But 6 of Pentacles there. So I feel, there's a lot of money coming in at the beginning of the month for you, or perhaps this is, a bonus, or some sort of raise, or some sort of opportunity for more money. At the end of the month, we've got the 6 of Pentacles there, so that means that your money kind of plateaus. You're going to be able to save a little bit more than you expected. But let's get into the energy, okay? We have the Hermit. Now, the Hermit can indicate that you are pretty exhausted with the way things have been going and you need a break. You're in desperate need of a break because you're investing all your energy and time into everything that you do. You have a 10 of Pentacles and a 9 of Pentacles. You go above and beyond for whatever it is that you're working on right now. And some of you beautiful Sagittarians, if you've come to this reading and you're currently looking for a new opportunity, I definitely see things have been challenging. There's a lot of competition out there, but I do see that there's a couple of opportunities coming in, but there's one that's really, really rewarding. We'll get to that in a moment. So if you have been made redundant, or you lost your job, or walked away from something that was toxic, or you've been out of work for some time, I definitely see that there are new opportunities coming in. But I want you to be aware with that 5 of Wands there, and we will get to it in a moment, there's going to be a lot of competition. But I feel like you are naturally gifted. You actually have established yourself as having a lot of natural knowledge as to what you do. Not only are you super interested in what you do, but also I feel like naturally you came to this lifetime with a lot of intelligence in that area. So I definitely get a sense here that you need to believe in yourself and see that you are above the competition. I feel right now, some of you may be, as I said, taking a course of study, because that 5 of Wands can also be to be in training. So if you're currently in college or university and you're about to open yourself up to the wide world of searching for a role, I definitely see that there is one coming in for you as well. So there is an opportunity being given this month. For the rest of you, if you are currently in a working situation and you are just feeling really exhausted, I feel some of you are saving for a vacation, or you're looking for an opportunity to move into a new sector that inspires you, but at the same time you have a little bit more freedom for yourself, or it gives you more time to establish your skill set and really own the role that you do, so that you don't answer to anybody. Because some of you may feel like you've been micromanaged. There's definitely a Queen of Swords here. It's in the resistance position. So some of you, there's a person who perhaps has been very cold, someone who is, fluctuating in their energy. One day they may say hi to you in the hall, or the next day they completely ignore you. There's someone here that perhaps has been making you feel a little bit restless, or you can't gel with this person. They're very austere. This could be a managerial person, but it's someone who perhaps was keeping an eye on what you're doing, or doesn't trust you with the role. And you're like, you know what, I'm so over this energy. I feel some of you may actually decide to quiet quit, because this card can be a card of like just withdrawing in order to really take stock of things, be a watcher, an observer of what's going on and how people treat you, or how like opportunities are spread amongst, the other people, or whether you feel like you've had a missed opportunity in your current working circumstances, because that 4 cups there can indicate there was something on the table for people to accomplish or go for. It could be a role, a promotion, maybe even a bonus, but you feel it's been taken off the table or somehow has been delayed, and you're feeling just a little bit like fed up. It's almost like there is low workers' morale right now, and you may be feeling there's no support in your situation. For some of you with the Hermit, you're feeling pretty isolated in your circumstances. You're feeling a little bit lonely. Perhaps you feel like there is no one who understands how much work you're doing, because you seem to be doing a lot. You may feel that no one's really sharing the load there. And even if you're an entrepreneur, you can feel like you're exhausted all the time because there's so much to do. If you run your own business, it's not really just 9 to 5. It can be an energy of 24/7. And for some of you, if you are really trying to either save for something, purchase something, you may have a couple of jobs. Some of you may have second streams of income there, and you're just trying to make it all work. And at the end of the day, you're exhausted and you have no time for yourself. But the Hermit energy, when you get this card and you apply it to a career energy, it tends to mean some of you are thinking about going solo, launching your own business, becoming an entrepreneur. You may be working behind the scenes quietly. This is a card of going off grid to really think things through before you strategize some sort of plan, because you're actually looking at your future. You're looking at your purpose right now, and I feel like you're in the planning stages of something, and some of those planning stages require you to either pick up a course of study or learning or get a qualification so you can step into a new pay grade and have more independence and freedom in whatever it is that you're doing right now. So I really feel you're looking at the wisdom, the knowledge that you've acquired throughout your journey so far. And it's not just about work, it's about people, it's about environments. And I feel right now, you are in a period of reflection. I mean, it literally says under there, rest and look within. Take time to reflect and look within. So all the answers, they really are within ourselves. We can ask our friends for advice. We can look to Tarot for advice as well. And they can give lots of wonderful perspectives, of course. But ultimately, the decision will always remain with you. And you know your mind and you know your heart as well. So right now, you're tapping in. You're trying to have a period of solace in order to know your heart. I mean, you could be influenced a little bit by that Taurian energy that we're all being influenced by right now. But we've got the 10 of Pentacles there, and we've got the 9 of Pentacles. So you got money on your mind and your mind on the money. So I feel definitely right now, you're focused on increasing your wealth. But it's not just for you. I feel like a lot of you have responsibilities on your shoulders. You may be thinking about your family unit as well, or the people that you call your soul tribe. And some of you may even work for your family business, and you're trying to come up with new ideas of how to expand or how to increase finances, but you're definitely looking at the money right now. For some of you, you may be thinking about pensions, 401ks, your financial future, because this is about long-term security, attracting more wealth, and this is about you being enterprising. So I feel like you are attracting a lot more affluence at this time. I feel like, of course, you're trying to strategize a way to make sure that there is financial security. And I also get this energy that some of you, it could be bonus time or a promotion, because I feel like you're attracting more wealth at this time. And I feel like you're also claiming ownership of, the fact that you're really good at what you do. There is mastery here. You have a lot of knowledge and experience. These two cards together indicate that you know your stuff, and, it's about valuing yourself. And if you feel like you're currently working a lot long hours, or you feel that perhaps there's extra work here, because I feel there's an energy, especially with the Sun card and the Queen of Swords, there could be some changes in the working environment, especially if you work for a company. You may hear of someone leaving. I feel this person, they may have been offered something within the company, but it didn't reflect their true skill set and what they deserve, so they're leaving. So it could be some restructures going on in the management sector where you work, if you work for a company. For some of you, if you're in a business and you run your own business and you're in an industry, you may hear of some changes in policies, rules, regulations. But also, if you're in a partnership, you may be yourself looking at where you can sort of cut back financially so that there's more money to invest in the business. So I feel like you're looking at budgets and strategizing for the long term. This is a big month to really check in with your finances. Ultimately, you are attracting more wealth, but the Ten of Pentacles, it also indicates, that you're thinking about your legacy. What does your working environment say about you? Is it something that you're completely aligned with? Are you in alignment with your true life's purpose and mission? And if you're not, you're making some major changes or making a plan to make those changes over the foreseeable months. But Ten of Pentacles, I feel like this is a month to think about saving. And I feel when you get the Ten of Pentacles, it can indicate that this is your desire to, attract, of course, more wealth. It can be that you are cultivating good financial habits and you're putting away money now for the future, and your future self will thank you for that as well. I also feel this is a major energy, thinking about either saving for a property or a relocation, perhaps. I get an energy here of you thinking about the home space. And I'm not just talking about, of course, purchasing food and paying bills, because of course that's something that we all really have to focus on, and there are a lot of price increases at this moment in time. But I was mentioning this the other day, and I definitely still feel it. I feel like there are going to be some price cuts in some areas. It'll be brief, it won't last long, but I definitely see there's some sort of cut coming, either in services or in food products, just briefly. And of course, then it will start to rise again there. But the Nine of Pentacles is a card also of going solo, financial freedom, but also it could be working environment freedom. So some of you may be deciding to, become your own boss. I feel some of you, especially if you're thinking about retiring, because I'm getting very mature energy as well coming through. If you are thinking about a retirement date, I feel some of you are actually keeping your hand in the industry by being a consultant, or at least you haven't taken it off the table. I feel like you've got a lot of projects on, you're really excited about retiring, but at the same time, you may be a little bit nervous, or, the transition will be smoother than you think, is what I'm seeing there. But I feel this is about you living a life of luxury, or being able to travel and, having that freedom, and you just want to make sure that you have enough. But I feel like you've been very savvy with your financial choices. And some of you, there is an indication here that you're so good at what you do. You have so much knowledge, because all of your cards are all about knowledge, and you can actually invest that knowledge into either writing a book or setting up a course of learning for people to know what you know, and the law of the universe, of course, because you have that book coming out there, the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, is that there must be a counterbalance. There must be, some sort of repayment from the universe. Whatever you give out, it comes back to you in the form of karma. So, creating a course online to be of service to other people, to teach them, will then, of course, be able to give you a financial recompense. So some of you may be thinking about that right now, and really just getting organized. But that Nine of Pentacles there, this is really about you focusing on your plans. May is going to be a month where you are busy. You're just keeping your head down, working as usual. I definitely see that to some degree, this month will be a little bit like last month. There will be some nice surprises, of course, but I feel right now you're thinking more about your independence in your working environment. Some of you may even have to exhibit a level of self-control during the month of May, because there may be a very coarse exchange with a person who is not acting very professionally, let's put it that way. But I feel with that 4 of Cups, there's an energy here of you just not being surprised, because it's in the resistance position. You're not really surprised by this person's behavior. This could be like a difficult client, could be a boss, could be a customer, it could even be someone you work with who is on the same level as you. I feel like whoever they are, they're not happy with their life, but why are they making it your problem is what I see there. So I feel with the Sun card, it may kind of, chip away at your confidence a little bit, or it may even, it's almost like it may transpire this person's trying to knock your confidence on purpose, because they feel somehow threatened by your work ethic, that you give your 100%, you go above and beyond. And I feel like you're going to be very busy, very invested in terms of energy in your career, very focused. And this person They just see that any opportunities, because you're so good at what you do, they would automatically and naturally go to you. They see you as the competition. But stand your ground, lead with integrity, do your thing, just be you. And, the rewards and benefits will be reflected there as well. Now, with the Sun card, I definitely see with the Sun card, something has been delayed. So this could be some delayed paperwork that's due to come in the month of April or May. I feel like you may get it very much at the end of May into June. And, this may be something that you're a little bit cross about. So because there is a third party energy here with that Queen of Swords, for example, if there is an accountant that you deal with, or someone who is there to organize something for you. Perhaps it's something that you have outsourced in some way. There could be a little bit of a delay with it. And, with that Four of Cups, you're really just fed up with the way things are going. It's like, if you can be so precise and you work really hard to get everything in order and done, why can't the people around you? So I do feel like there is a potential in the month of May, and I don't like giving this. There's a potential here where someone may let you down in the career aspect, or it could be if someone even owed you money, for example, and they said they'd pay it back to you. They may let you down in the month of May, but you kind of expected it from this person. So that's coming out there as well. So I just want you to be aware of that. Now, I feel like it will be resolved. I want you to be aware it will be resolved, but the Five of Wands tells me it could be a challenge, okay? So there is a potential there for this person's actions, or their delay in their actions could cause a bit of a challenge. And it may be like a deadline. Perhaps, I'm not really sure what I'm being given there, but it could be a deadline. Keep the lines of communication open with this person, because they may have a tendency to sort of like go silent or go off grid a little bit, especially when they realize they've made a mistake, because I feel there's a potential here for a mistake. So just watch out for that there as well. They won't really own it, I feel, until you challenge them on it, but in a very diplomatic way. So just watch out for that. Now, we do have the Sun card, as I said, in a resistance position. And the Sun card is all about things blossoming, shining your wonderful light. Also, it's about clarity. And you do have the Hermit there. So you're seeking answers at this time. You're really trying to look at the path. The Hermit basically goes into the cave of life on purpose because they're feeling a little bit jaded, exhausted, and they require inspiration, and they just need to be able to see the way because things have got pretty tough, or things have got really difficult. And I feel like you've been working really hard and you're looking for some respite. So some of you may actually be planning a vacation, or you may have felt that you have to delay your vacation, or you had to, and now you're getting back on it. You're reorganizing it for some reason. I definitely see you're seeking the sun, or at least wanting to be out there having fun and enjoying yourself a little bit more, and that will come. Okay, I feel May into June, there's a really great opportunity for you to go traveling, if you have something booked already. If not, I feel like you may book something. But also this card, it says celebrate yourself, connecting with your inner child. So it's in the resistance position, like you got it in the reverse, and sometimes I feel like you don't celebrate your wins, my beautiful Sagittarians. You've come a long way and you're doing a really awesome job considering the circumstances that you're under right now. And sometimes you have to acknowledge that, because I feel, things are feeling a little bit low vibe at the moment. And I feel some of you just, you may be having a fluctuation in energy, as in 1 minute you're feeling super motivated and, that go-getting spirit. And then the next minute it's dropping, and you're feeling just a little bit lethargic. Or, some of you with that Queen of Swords there, you may look into this. Maybe some of you are going to see a practitioner about energy levels. It could be in terms of hormones, or maybe there's something that perhaps you love eating that's making you feel a little bit bloated, or I just feel like you're kind of identifying what it is that's draining your energy. Could even be the environment, and if it is the environment, I feel like you're making some quick changes there for you to leave an environment behind in order to source a more enjoyable teamwork kind of environment. Or if you're an entrepreneur, it could mean that you need to look at your schedule and try and find a little bit more me time, or factor in more time for, getting connected to other people, because especially if you work for yourself and you are your own boss and you run the whole business all by yourself, it can get pretty isolating or lonely. So you may actually decide to go and work in a coffee store, or actually join some sort of entrepreneurial club, or maybe even join a group of people who do what you do in order to network, because I'm getting an energy here with that Five of Wands also about networking. Now the Sun card also is clarity. So if you have been seeking answers, you will definitely basically have those answers at the end of May. I feel like you're thinking things through. Definitely a card of strategizing there and getting really organized with that Queen of Swords. But also the Hermit. It's really interesting. The Hermit is to blend in the background and kind of on purpose. So some of you may be, making some plans behind the scenes that you don't want anyone to be aware of right now because they're not fully realized, or, you've learned in the past that if you share your ideas or you share what you're about to do or what you want to do, your plans and intentions, you may notice that they never really get fully realized when you share it with certain people. And that doesn't mean that they wish you unwell. It just means that they see that you're busy making plans, and then they start to look at their own life and feel a little bit, stuck in a rut. And they start to look at your plans like, oh, really? You got those plans? Well, great. Good for you. And they put just like a little bit of a negative spin on it. So I feel you've kind of learnt to keep it on the down low. And when the moment is right, you'll reveal whatever it is you need to reveal there. So also, I feel, there's an energy here of owning your truth in a situation, being really honest, because I feel like you're not doing anything like untoward or secretive per se. I just feel like you're protecting your own interests at this time. So I feel like you're on track. Queen of Swords in the resistance position, of course, is like you got it in the reverse. And as I mentioned, I feel like there could be a person with crosswords in the month of May. Someone perhaps that there'll be a delicate conversation. And it could be a client, could be customer who is quite caustic. And you could also be dealing with someone who's been a little bit unfair, okay, in your working environment. But this will be revealed. For some of you, you may even take it to a governing body like HR and get it resolved there, because you're just fed up with it. You can't do it anymore. If you have a clique, for example, in your working environment, and you're feeling a little bit shut out at this moment in time, I actually see one of the linchpin people of that clique is going to be removed. It could be that they're actually just moving to a different department, or they're actually deciding to leave. But I feel it kind of like breaks up the clique, and suddenly they're kind of like in a different energy. It's almost like this person was a very strong influence in this group, but ultimately I see that you're keeping away from these people because it doesn't seem like they're your kind of people. They just are not very nice, let's put it that way. But I feel, the energy in the working environment becomes nicer because this one person leaves. Now also the Queen of Swords, it will go into the upright. So again, this is about speaking your truth, but it's also being super organized. Some of you may have felt that you haven't been so organized recently, or you've been putting something off that needs to be organized. And I feel like you're going to be completely in the flow in the month of May. You're going to be ticking a lot of things off your list there. This is a card of healthy boundaries in the working environment. And I definitely see that you're setting those, because enough is enough. And I feel if there's something that has been draining your energy or really has just not been nice to be working with, I definitely see that you're cutting it out or removing yourself from it, because those healthier boundaries are going up, and they're going up strong. Also, it's really interesting to get these two cards, because this is a card of self-esteem and this is a card of confidence. So some of you, I feel like you're trying to reaffirm your belief in yourself, in your goals, your dreams. There may have been some setbacks, because that Four of Cups tells me there may have been something that was disappointing or didn't go the way you expected, and it may have made you feel a little bit insular or a little bit like you need to regroup or replan, re-strategize. I definitely see that you'll still reach your goal, and the universe is sending you a little bit of a nice surprise in May as well, something you're not expecting. It's a financial surprise is what I'm seeing. So it could be a rebate, or if you're trying to purchase something that's really expensive, you could find it at a lower price, so you save some money. I definitely see savings is something that's going to be on your mind in the month of May, and it's something that you will achieve also. But I feel being stricter with a budget is also going to help you there. Queen of Swords, when you apply it to a money or career reading, it means that you're being very clever with your finances. You're stretching a little into a lot, and it gives you an opportunity to build more savings, is what I'm getting there as well. But also this could be that, you are someone who is a leader, but you may doubt your leadership skills, or you may feel that sometimes, because you're a really, great person. Sagittarians, I love your energy. You're so wise. You have a lot of knowledge. You're really fun to be with. You're exciting. You are passionate about what you do, and you see like a solution in things where other people do not. And also, I feel some of you, when you are stepping into a leadership role, some of you may wonder about how your co-workers are going to interact with you, because it's lonely at the top, and people will look at you in a different way. But I feel like there is a potential here for a promotion in the month of May, or you may hear about one, because I feel like you don't really step into it until later on. It feels there's a delay in date, so you could be offered a new role or new responsibility. Now, I really want to pull a card on it, because you may be trying to negotiate a better deal. That's what this card is all about. Remember, you're in a very powerful position. If you're offered a new role or given more tasks or responsibilities, because I do see some restructure here. I see, some cutbacks going on. So it could be that people are leaving or being made redundant, and extra work may be coming your way, and you're like overstretched. And if there is no offer or opportunity for some sort of income raise or, bonus there, I feel like you may actually make your thoughts known on this. Diplomatically, of course, but at the same time, I feel like, you may get an opportunity to increase your finances by a little. I feel it may not be what you're hoping for. I got to be honest with you there. But I feel there's more to come later on. So it's like they may give you a little bit because they intend to restructure budgets later on and give a lot more. So just be diplomatic in your lines of inquiry for a little bit more money, okay? Now, also, Queen of Swords is a card of, paperwork. So I feel, you're going to have a lot more tasks and responsibilities at the middle of May. I would watch out also for paperwork, because I feel documentation, there's going to be a lot of very important legal documentation for you to look at in the month of May. And there may be something that gets delayed in the mail. Okay, now, most things are not hard copy these days. Everything's online. So please check your spam folders. There could be something that goes there and you miss it. There may be even a deadline with it. It may even be connected to like a rebate. So you may want to double check your spam folders or keep an eye on hard copy mail as well, because I feel something is coming in. And if you tend to be the sort of person who, when hard copy mail comes in, you're like, oh, I'll deal with that later because you're not expecting something, I would just check everything in May, okay? Because it may not arrive in a letter that kind of highlights, open me, I'm important, I contain information about finances or a check. So just watch out for that. Now, the Four of Cups here, it is in the resistance position, which is actually kind of positive because it means you are looking at your plans in a new way. There's a new outlook and maybe even a new direction. So you may actually open yourself up to a new strategy or a new way of approaching your current working circumstances, just to make sure that you stay above the competition, you remain relevant in your career sector with your skill sets, but also that you are in alignment with your goals, okay? I feel here, the Four Cups, it's telling me this energy of there may have been something that you were hoping to achieve, but it didn't go your way. Something new is replacing this, and it's even better than what was offered before. So whenever a door closes in life, sometimes, we really try to open that door and we feel frustrated that that door is not open, but the universe closes a door for a reason because another one is opening somewhere else. It is more in alignment with your goals and dreams, and you will start to see that later on. Also, sometimes we're given that, closed door or that brick wall in order to take a rest, take a pause, for us to lean on. So if you've been coming up against some roadblocks recently in your career, or you're feeling a little bit stuck, or trying to re-strategize something, remember we're given a pause on purpose, and we need to take take that in order to reflect and really tap into our heart and realign ourselves with our true intentions and priorities. And I definitely see that you're going to be prioritizing a lot in the month of May and being completely on track. Words are your strong point. Some of you may even be giving a presentation, or you may interview in the month of May, and it's going to go really well. You're going to be a wordsmith. And if you are someone who's a writer, I feel like you're going to be in free flow in the month of May, and you're going to be really expressing yourself in a very positive way. And it will give some really like great financial returns later on. But the universe, this is a card of surprise. So sometimes a surprise can show up in our world in a form that we were not expecting. So this card is kind of indicating keep your eyes peeled, but also keep your mind open about benefits that are coming in, because I feel like and I have to say it, I got to be honest, I feel like there could be a bonus or some sort of raise offered to you, but you're still feeling like, really? I mean, I get an energy that you're super grateful that you are being offered something, especially in these difficult times, and you work really hard for it. Don't get me wrong. I see that you invest 100% of your energy and time into focusing on your career. But part of you is kind of like, really, you go above and beyond, and you're looking at the exchange. And if you feel it's not a fair exchange, I feel like, you may actually just mention it briefly, but not in a grouchy way, because I feel there is more to come. And with the Six of Pentacles, I feel, there may be like even an interview or an appraisal where your boss, if you work for a company, says, you know what, unfortunately, we can't offer a bonus or a raise at this time. We can move your money up there with inflation. However, at this time, we can't offer anything because the company is making some major restructure and we're delaying bonuses. You're going to get one, but we're delaying it. And it may make you feel a little bit frustrated and think, well, what's the point? They're always moving the goalposts. But actually, I feel like the bonus will come in and you will be satisfied by it as well. So, I feel there is some restructure going on and you may hear about that. Now, of course, that's not going to resonate for everyone. But if you work for yourself, for example, this could be like a very difficult client that basically has paid for a certain service, but they're so difficult to work with that you're kind of like, oh, I'm so over this person. And you don't think that you really want to work with this person again. But if you be really diplomatic with this person, I feel actually they're going to send more clients your way. And I feel the payoff is worth it. That's what I'm seeing there. Now, we've got the Hangman. And as you can see there, it says improve your life. And that's what you're doing right now. You're trying to improve your circumstances, erect healthier boundaries in your working environment, whether that's you working for yourself and knowing that you need to reschedule or stick to a schedule so you know where you're at and you have more free time. When you work for yourself, it's hard to keep motivated to really stick to that time frame because you're your own boss. So you have no one to regulate you. So you have to have extra kind of energy to motivate yourself or be critical sometimes on yourself in order to push through. Don't get me wrong. I see that you love what you do and you're invested in what you do. However, I feel like you're just trying to make it more workable for you. And if you work in a career for a company or an industry, I definitely see you're trying to make it work a little bit more to your benefit. And why not? I definitely see you will get your way. It has here as well, always listen to your intuition. What's really interesting about these cards, the Hermit puts himself in the cave of life and the Hangman puts himself on the tree of life. So you are acknowledging that you need a rest or that you need to pause to reflect in order to change something about your life, to step back, because I feel like you've been investing a lot and now you're trying to step back to see the rewards come towards you, and they are going to. This card is an indication that it's a time of inaction, reflection, in order to allow new opportunities to manifest. And sometimes we have to be willing to sacrifice something in order to gain something greater. So I feel like you're checking in with yourself right now, checking in with the exchange. And some of you may actually walk away from a position because you feel like, you've got the skill set to command more money. So you may be looking at other opportunities out there and doing some interviewing. And I definitely see something coming along that is going to be a nice surprise. I'm going to pull a card, though, on that Six of Pentacles when I get there, because I feel, you're going to get some extra appreciation and attention and a little bit extra money, but it also feels like it's not the exact amount that you're hoping for, but you'll staircase and more money will come in later on. Okay, so we do have the High Priestess. So this is about tapping into your intuition, to know your path, to know your truth. But also, I mean, some of you, and this may not resonate with everyone there, some of you are thinking about setting up like a side hustle or a second stream of income with that Six of Pentacles, because that's a card of duality, doing two things. So if you already have two streams of income, it may be that you're finding it really hard to balance the two. And right now you have to prioritize with what's more important, what brings in more fulfillment, and what brings in more wealth. And you may have to prioritize at this time. And if you haven't got two streams of income, you may be trying to create space for launching something very, very soon. And for some of you, it could be that you're actually developing your spiritual gifts, or you may actually be deciding to use your spiritual gifts to help other people. And this could be in the form of Reiki or yoga. For some of you, it could be that you're trying to go into healthcare to help other people in some way, because I feel like this energy of being in service to help people or help an industry, and, giving from the goodness of your heart, but also developing your intuition to understand your industry or your business or your clients or people in general a little bit more, so that you can have empathy, because I feel like you have a lot of empathy. And, when you have empathy in business, that's half the battle, because it means that you identify with people, and people, we need respect. We don't always have to be a human doing. We can be a human being. That's what we are. So it's about existing, creating relationships, navigating a path together, so you can all work together for the same thing and be on the same page. So we've also got your intuition is the key to unlocking your dream. So listen to your hunches. If you have a calling in a certain area, or you're called to learn something, or you're called to go to a certain event, that's your intuition and your guides saying, hey, Saggies, you need to go in this direction because there's an important person you're going to meet here, or there's an opportunity you're going to get. So really listen to those hunches. And the only way that we can truly hear our heart is by taking quiet time, because our heart, it whispers, it's always talking to us. But sometimes we've built such a loud society that it's hard to hear it. Sometimes people may ask you, how do you feel? And you're like, well, I feel, and you're kind of searching, because you may start to notice that you've been like living on autopilot for a while, because you've just been in a period of doing. You've been trying to make life work, pay the bills, look after the children, pay the mortgage, get a job if you haven't got one, try and see friends if you have time, carve out a piece of time for you and your belief system and your faith. And, it's a lot. So also we've got all the craziness that's going on in the world at the moment and all these changes. So it feels like a lot of pressure. And I feel you're just trying to take stock of where you're at right now, listen to your heart, take some quiet time so you can really check in with seeing how you are and where your heart really yearns to be and what you want to do. And find independence, enjoyment, and really wealth as well to help you on your way. Because, of course, stability is important. It takes pressure off. And I don't see that you're like being someone who is obsessed with money. I see you're just creating a plan to secure your future for you and your family in order to be a success, create, of course, a name for yourself in your industry. But at the same time, I feel it's more about creating security for you and your family. We've also got the Hierophant. So as I said, a lot of very deeply thoughtful cards, knowledgeable cards, indicating you have a lot of knowledge in whatever sector it is that you work in. But the Hierophant, it says, connect to your inner wisdom. Time to choose a new path or direction. So right now, either it's a different approach. The goal is still going to be reached and the goal is still the same. You want a life of, luxury, stability, or self-sufficiency, independence, and, you just want to enjoy life, right? It's a ride and we have to ride that wave. And I feel for some of you, you're thinking about a new direction completely, but you're just formulating a plan right now because I see once, and especially since that book came up for you, and it was given to me that you aligning yourself with thought energy it's like whatever plans you have in your mind, they start to become physical. They're on the physical plane. They start to formulate in front of you, and suddenly people, situations are offered to you because you've had a new thought form. And remember, thoughts become things, and words, they're very important because they're literally spelt, they're spellings, and they're cast out to the universe. So whatever it is you're saying about yourself or to yourself, you start to become those things. So this is why silencing the inner critic, knowing that you have a wealth of knowledge, that you're so good at what you do, you're a master or a mistress of your craft, and having confidence in that skill set, I definitely see that you're changing your path and aligning yourself with more opportunities and more people to come in and help there as well. Now, we do have a Five of Wands. Five of Wands can indicate there's been a lot of pressure. I also feel that you're creatively brainstorming at this time, and I feel like you're honoring that lots of people have different ideas and perhaps are giving you different advice at this time, but ultimately you're checking in with yourself and what you feel is right for you. But also, this is a card that indicates suddenly an idea may come from left field, and you're like, whoa, that's a bit weird, that's a bit out there, it's a bit unique, and I feel like honor it. You know, you could be following a very exciting new path that, of course, is going to be challenging, but this is, almost like stimulating. It makes you feel excited, enthusiastic. Also, I feel this is a card that indicates, of course, there's a lot of competition out there, but you have to value and know that you are enough and that you have all the skills within you that are necessary to level up in your career sector and create more. Also, I mean, this is a card of training, and you have the Hierophant there, which is to put yourself on a course of learning. So some of you may have invested in yourself by picking a course of learning or study, and you're on it right now, or you're about to start it in May. I would say it's kind of like mid-May is what I see there for some of you, but this will help you get a qualification or a skill set. You'll be very successful there as well. But Five of Wands can also indicate that sometimes challenging people, because I feel like there's someone here who challenges you in some way, and it's really positive. It feels at first a little bit uncomfortable, but actually there's either a lesson to learn there, or the way that you deal with it impresses this person and it helps your career. So it could be, as I said, a boss who's been maybe micromanaging you or putting a little bit of extra pressure on you, and part of you wants to go, hey, back off. You know what? I'm under a lot of stress already. I've got so much going on. I'm overstretched. You're overworking me, and there's no support. But what you may not know is that this person is applying the extra pressure to see if you are able to step into a leadership role that is about to come up. Sometimes we need to see the perspectives. Of course, if this person is being a complete, I was going to say something that I probably shouldn't there, but if they're not being a very nice person, they're playing really hardball, and they're just not being nice because they just don't know how to conduct themselves professionally, then of course, I see you standing up for your rights, taking things to HR and saying enough is enough. But sometimes we have to acknowledge that if it's a little bit out of character or it's a little bit out of turn, sometimes there can be alternative motives. So it could be that this person is testing you because there is something coming up and there's a lot of competition for it, but this person wants to back you and feels like you're the person for the job. Now, even if you're an entrepreneur and you're working in a certain industry, it could mean that there's someone who will reach out and they want to put you in touch with someone, and there could be a partnership available, or they want to offer you an opportunity, but they're being a little bit difficult on purpose to see how you deal with it. So I feel there's just this little energy of test coming through. So just watch out for that. There's a potential there. Six of Pentacles. Wonderful, exciting, unexpected resource from the universe. This is a card of surprise. This figure here represents, spirit or the universe, and bestowing some good karma, some extra attention financially onto you. So I definitely see that there is, more money coming in. But also I feel it's almost like a generosity circle where you've given some help to somebody in the past. I feel someone could return a favor in the month of May. But the Six of Pentacles, when you apply it to finances, it feels that, you will have enough for what you need at this time. And some of that money may also be spent on self-development. This could be vacation, could be a holiday, could be an investment for you to take a real rest and really think things through. Sometimes after a break, it really refreshes our energy and we're like, right, I now have clarity. I've stepped away from it. I can see the path. It's clear. For some of you, it could be a course of learning, as I mentioned already. And for some of you, it could be some sort of networking event where you like vibe with like-minded people, brainstorm, get ideas and basically change the vibration, be intrigued about what else is going on in your industry so that you can not only be well informed, but at the same time, you can utilize some of those new ways of working to keep your experience exciting and fresh. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here for you. Okay, so we have the Wishmaker. We have the Crow Moon, and we have the Dark Side as well. Okay, so Wishmaker, your wish will be granted. Possibilities, dreams, and being in alignment. Look at that. So again, that connects to that book that came up. I mean, that book, you could literally walk into a store in the next couple of weeks, and it's just sitting there on a shelf looking at you. So don't dismiss it as it not being relevant to you right now. Sometimes these images, sounds, songs, we didn't get any today for songs, but if something comes up in this moment, it may not be relevant, or you think, you know what, that doesn't really apply to me. And then suddenly, a couple of weeks later, you're like, whoa, just saw the book. And then an opportunity is offered to you. And then there's a little bit of an increase in money. And then later on, there's even more opportunity being offered to you. So please take it as it resonates. Now, we also have Crow Moon. Whatever was hidden is coming to light. Curiosity, exploration, and discovery. Now, with the Sun energy there, and that Queen of Swords, if someone has been basically causing conflict or keeping secrets or, doing something that they shouldn't have been doing, has been dishonest in some way, it will come to light. The Sun card is there. Also, I feel, if you're, hiding your plans right now, be careful who you tell them to. I feel like you're not doing anything wrong. You're just protecting yourself. But there is a potential here for someone to betray your confidence. If you tell them what you're up to, they may actually, by accident, because I feel you're a little bit fed up with this person, but I feel this person didn't do it on purpose, is what I see there. But also, I feel there may be some restructures going on in the company that you can intuitively feel, but you may be privy to a meeting of what's going on behind the scenes and what's happening long term for your industry or for your business, and you are going to be ahead of the knowledge. So you're going to know stuff before other people, and I feel it'll put you in a really good position. Also, we got Dark Side. Be wary of toxic people and situations, toxic, sabotage, negative, bad talk. I mentioned that briefly in this reading, so it's come up again here. I feel this person, it could be a test, but also I feel the way that you deal with something really diplomatically. I mean, I feel like you're kind of like super honest, maybe even a little bit abrupt back. I feel like you're going to live your truth. You're not going to like hide or push down any feelings in this situation. But I feel the way that you really professionally rise to the challenge in this situation, it impresses this person. Part of you is like, you know what? If I'm tested or this person is impressed because they really stress me out, I don't really want to vibe with that person or work with that person. But also I feel you're thinking about the long term, and you won't have to deal with this person all the time, but I feel it just sets you up for something greater later on there. I mean, it could be that later on, because everybody you meet, they have a purpose in your life. It could be that later on, if you decided to leave a company and you worked with another company, they may know this person. And it could be that they reach out and say, hey, used to work with Sagittarius, what they like? And they're like, oh, you know what? They're really professional. Sometimes, I was a little bit hard on them, but they really rose to the challenge, and they're definitely an asset to a team. Hire them on the spot. So it could work in that way. So, because I feel here, there's like a bit of a boomerang happening in your energy for later on in the year, and maybe even into 2025 there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune. Okay, so we have a dragonfly. Now, dragonfly, when you apply it to a career reading, of course it represents abundance, prosperity, but also is about time being a factor, okay? Being really busy, really searching and focusing on your goals and getting things accomplished in the time frame that you have. So I definitely see that you're going to be busy in the month of May. Even though it feels like you're withdrawing in order to focus on your plans, I feel like you're still doing. And also I feel you're just looking at not wasting your time. You're being more time efficient. And of course we got the sun. So that's lovely there, which is like growing in your career, blossoming, blooming, prosperity, wealth. But it could also be like you having more confidence and an awakening upon you that you are a gift to any working environment or team. And I definitely see that you're making life work on your own terms. It's difficult. I see that there's pressure there, but I feel like you got this, and you're aligning yourself with some level of a wish. The universe is listening, and you're making so much effort towards this. The universe is bestowing a little bit of a surprise there for you too. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Sagittarians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians, and love and light.